okay. Alright, Izzy?
Yes.
Go for it.
Welcome to my final major project. My ideas are as follows. TV idea, I want a music show, a competition type thing, and it's a final round. So the VTs will all be like the previous rounds from like, you know how you get like X Factor where they've had the audition and this and that, so it'll be in different locations, all of them. There'll be 3 remaining acts, and my influences are, like I said, The Voice, the X Factor, Britain's Got Talent. Reasons for this: The Voice has been going for 5 years, X Factor is 13, like every year they still manage to get the same amount of audience. And then good online interactions, everything's just perfect for their shows, obviously. And they get the right audience, and they get what I want to achieve, basically. The structure, I want the presenter to introduce them, like the judges, because I wanted like a sort of catwalk, like saying, oh, here's the judges, meet the judges, and they'll come through, like each of them, and then you'll introduce the acts, first elimination, and then a VT of like their journey where they'll go over to like the sofa area, and they'll have like, how have you felt about your journey, how was everything, and like they'll say how they're gutted about leaving or whatever. And then 2 remaining acts, there'll be a voting system, and it will show their previous performances, and it will give you like their numbers on like the screen to say, much like all these other talent shows, like giving you like that, and then a live performance of the winner, and then that'll be the outro. My influences for this were BBC Radio 1, BBC 1 Extra, and Absolute Radio, Capital FM. And then presenter-wise, for both of them, it will be like something like Ant and Dec, where they bounce off one another. They have that sort of French, which is like they've known each other for a long time. These 2 in particular have had, it's the 16th time winning the best presentation. So obviously like they're very good as themselves. They're very enthusiastic, bubbly, and they've just got that character about them that I want my presenter to have on radio and TV. And then reasons why. Not too much conversation on the like show, like radio, because on Radio 1 Extra you get a lot of music-based stuff, so I want it to like kind of be like that. And then Radio 1 obviously has like 9.699 million like listeners, so obviously it's very popular, and I want my show to be very popular. As you can see, it's the most successful one, BBC Radio 1, and then on this you can see it's got Absolute Radio, BBC Radio 1, BBC 1 Extra, which are the best radio stations for music in the UK, which I want to do, because obviously it's a music show. And then going on to the structure of that, I want an intro, talk about the final coming up, like how nervous they are and all that. Remind viewers to vote, the like music act 1, like I want them to do a thing that they've already done, like on previous rounds. Interview with all of them, and then kind of voting numbers and an outro. Moving on to research, I did primary research, a lot of SurveyMonkey's focus groups and experiments. My results, I got, for the presenter, they should be dressed smart and casual, like be like enthusiastic, bubbly, everything that I want. I was thinking more like Callum to be mine, because I know he's good at presenting, knows what's good and what's bad, and like he knows how to work it. Confident, a good presenter is funny, and then I did a survey and I was like, what would you like the presenter to act like? No one said serious, so I'm not going to do that. Confident, funny and bubbly, like I thought. And then how should they be dressed? No one wanted formal. As you can see, it was only 3 people out of the majority. Smart casual was like the main, and everyone wants that, so I'm going to go with that. Maybe just like what I'm wearing now, like smart casual. The content, music is like, pop music is my favourite. I'd like both live and like VT stuff, so it would be a bit of both, like bounce them off each other so it's not too boring. A lot of people said they like cover songs, so I'm going to bring that into it, and like my performance people. Like I've got Libby who does a lot of covers, like she doesn't really do her own music, and then I have bands that I know that do their own and have original pieces. And then as you see on here, what genre of music, a lot of people said pop, a lot of people said house, so I'm going to bring that sort of vibe into it, so it's a bit mixtured. And then a lot of people said they don't want to focus on one band, so that's why I brought the competition into it. And I thought we can do multiple artists, not so much focusing on them, but like having it as a competition, so it's like you achieve something at the end. And then I'm going to incorporate all of these, because obviously it all got a lot of attention, like they all wanted certain things, so I'm going to give everyone what they want and do all of it. And then live or VTs, I want to include both of them, whether it was like not, like said that they want mainly live, just because that's what I want to do. And focus group, I did a focus group as it's not showing that, but I said I got what I wanted out of that by including judges, and like 3 judges. And then for the secondary research, I looked at the X Factor, Britain's Got Talent, and then set design, that's how I want it, like all the different lights and GoPro above, 3 cameras, spotlights there, 2 sofas, a catwalk for the judges to come through. And then finally the lighting for the bands, I want to do quite vibrant, like bright lights, colourful, really bringing out their sort of genre of music with the backlights, different colours. And then for solo, kind of bring that person into the spotlight and just have it like one-on-one. Any questions?
The genre that you're doing, which started with Pop Idol, has been copied a lot with the X Factor and The Voice and things like that, but they're all distinctive, they're all unique, so they're not all just trying to be Pop Idol. So how's yours going to be unique and distinctive?
So it's going to be unique in the sense that quite often, like with The Voice, it's sort of like they all start off as individuals and they come together and like through the things and then end up all together, whereas this, everyone's like, you have solo artist bands and stuff, but with the X Factor you have like all the segments, whereas they're going against each other, but there's not really so much like a band versus solo. It will be more like bands and bands, so it's like gives everyone a sort of chance.
Okay. And one question from the audience? About the baby? Yeah, Sammy?
How is your system going to be working there for voting for a TV show?
Well, I was going to do lots of online interactions through like I said, I post, well, I didn't really say. I'm going to do it through Facebook Live, on the radio show to remind them this is a number you can like text in and be like, just for the radio, like to use for the show and stuff like that.
All right, brilliant. Thanks very much.